Okay. Check the mic. All right, all right. Shalom Malakim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash, Rakati Yahweh, Rakati Yahweh Shai, Rakati Yahweh, Rakati Yahweh Shai, Rakati Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the Akim out there that's doing the work in sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. You, I salute the sincere Aquathium doing their due diligence in the servitude of their husbands, first and foremost, and in the servitude of their households. Shalom. This is the brother Yashawamba from the GMS Bahamas Camp, Barakaju, with a brief lesson, more or less a testimony. And, you know, the title of this lesson is Pray. The Most High hears our prayers, and pray without ceasing, you know, uh, because, today, like I said, this is a testimony. It was a pretty much average day. It was a beautiful day. Let me say that. It was a beautiful day today. And I was able to watch, the sun come up over the horizon from a particular point on the island, from one of the highest points here on the island. And from I saw that I gave thanks to the Most High, for just giving me the chance to see another day. And as the day progressed, it was, it went on as a usual day. So it came the later on in the day that one of the Hakim called me. They needed some assistance with something, and we ought to be our brother's keeper. So I was assisting him with something. And at the same time, as soon as I came off the phone with him, agreeing to assist him with something, I got a call, for my side gig. Right after hanging up from the brother, somebody called and they needed, a job done. So, to Wali Abashimi I was shy for that. So I called my other brother, who actually handles the jobs for me. Let him know, hey, we got a gig, our really let's get it done. So as I was sitting home, the brother who I was supposed to assist, he came by and we loaded up the trailer and we were on our way. And while right before I had reached the destination, I got a call from the brother that was doing the job for me. Hey, we have a situation. One of the tires on a big truck, it blew out, and anybody who knows anything but big trucks, those tires are very they be violent when they go flat, or when you have to change them. It's very difficult. So, well, as soon as I heard it, I say, man. But at the same time, I say to Wadi Abushmi, I was shy. What this gonna teach me? You know, I said, wait, what this gonna teach me? What I can learn today? So as soon as I was finished helping the brother, I tell him, I say, Salakia, bro, I can't hang around long. I have to go deal with this next situation. So I left, came home, you know, uh, I went to get the jack because I had to get a tire from off of one truck to put it on the next truck. So because there were no tires around, everywhere was closed. So here it is now. I have to use the jack to jack up the truck. Guess what? Jack not working, right? The air on the jack wasn't working. So I saw a piece of wood lying around. So I had to use the wood to drive the truck, onto the piece of wood, to be able to take the tire off, one of the back tires off. And while I doing that, I pray unto the Lord, and saying to Wali Abishimi Shai, what it is that you trying to teach me, what it is you trying to show me. So as I doing this, I call a friend of mine. I say, bro, I need a jack. Do you have a jack I could use? He said, yeah, man. So he called me to pick up the jack. So I drive down, pick up the other jack, with the tire on the back of my trailer, and I proceeded to go down to the Akim, who was waiting with the truck until Wadi Abashimi was shy for that because the average person, the average Jake, They'd be inside that situation, they'd get up and leave your shit. Far as they concerned, but that ain't their machine, that ain't their responsibility. But to Wally Abashimi Shy with a brotherhood, he stayed there, he waited there because he'd been sitting there at least about an hour and a half, 2 hours before I reached, you know. And to Wally Abashimi Shy to that brother. So we there now, we trying to change the tire, but the truck was on a slope, so we couldn't get the jack under it. So we had to reverse back, onto a smooth ground. And as we were reversing back, we noticed this big basketball size egg on one of the back tires, right? So I put up a prayer. I say, I say, "Ya Bashir, I please don't let this tire burst, because then that'll be another problem." I say, please don't let this tire burst. He said, at least let us make it home, you know? So here it is now. We trying to change the front tire because it's the front tire what was damaged, right? So lucky if it, for the rambling. But we can get to the scriptures in a minute, you know. So we supposed to change the front tire. So here it is now. We using this jack to try to get up under the tire. The truck is too low. We can't get under it, right? So we use a piece of wood to drive the truck onto the piece of wood so we could get some leverage to be able to get the jack under. And when I go on under the truck, I say, bro, this can cut our ass. This can be difficult. So here it is now. I muddy, I dirty, wet, and I hot. Mosquitoes coming out, sound flies coming out. And while I under this truck, right? That's why I say it's important to pray, boy. Before I continue on, let me get this precept, right? This is Psalms 34 and 7. It says, the angel of Yahweh encampeth around about them that fear him and delivereth them. You know? Oh, taste and see that Yahweh is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in him. Read those two again. The angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. Oh, taste and see that Yahweh is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in him. So while I under this truck, right, I say in my mind, I say, boy, this can be difficult, but Lord, what it is you trying to show me, you know? So while I under there, I say, Lord, I know you can get me through this, but this can be difficult. But if only I had a forklift, we're gonna lift this truck. And as soon as I finish that, as soon as I say that, guess what come banking around the corner? The guy in the truck with a forklift on the back. What the fuck is the chances of that? Right? What's the chances of a random guy in a truck with a forklift on the back, a random freaking forklift on the back? So, so when I see that, right, the guy pull over because he recognized me and he said, "Bro, you need some help?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Man, yeah, man, I come to help you because I can't pass you on the road like that." And as soon as I saw that, I said, Tawali Abashimi Awashai. I look at the ark, and the two will say the same thing, Tawali Abashimi Awashai, Tawali Abashimi Awashai. Because, bro, as soon as I finished that prayer, Moses answered it just like that. Quick as that. So here it is now. He took the forklift off the truck. He left up the truck, right? He's able to take off all the bolts. He's able to change the tire. We dap up, I thank him. I say, Tawali Abashimi Awashai for answering my prayer. He drive off. And the ark, he drove the truck back to the yard. And guess what? Remember that time with that big basketball size egg? It was in it. It held up. It didn't even burst. He was able to drive. That was about 7 miles. From where he was, 7, 8 miles from where he was. He was able to make it home on that tire, on that big basketball size tire on the sidewall. Anybody who knows big trucks knows how difficult something like that is with those big egg, right? So I say that to say this way. The most I hears our prayers. Those angels is be encamped around those that fear the Lord. They encamping, waiting to carry your prayers to Yahweh Bashim Shai, bro. They wait and they don't hesitate. They don't hesitate, but that's how come you have to be mindful what it is that you're asking the Most High for. The Most High can give you what you need when you need it. He can give you a want sometimes, but your needs, he can give it to you when you need it. And right then and there, for the chance for somebody to come around with a forklift, bro, who drives around with a random forklift on the back of their truck, you know? So that's why I was, wait, that was a faith booster, another precept we want to get inside the same Psalms 34 and 17. It says, the righteous cry, and Yahweh hear it, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. Not some, deliver them out of all their troubles. You see, when you trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, ain't nothing he ain't gonna deliver you out of, boy. Ain't nothing you pray that the Lord ask you to deliver you out of that he ain't gonna deliver you from. You see, you just have to have that faith and do the work. Do his work. Be charitable. You see, be helpful to your brothers. You see, you can imagine now if I was a nigga and my brother called me and tell me, say, but he needs some help with something, I tell him, but yeah, on into that. I would get Jock right up, you know? Because when you deny him, it's like you denying Yahweh Shai. You see? When you turn around, you tell your brother, but you want him to help him when it's within your power to help him, it's like you denying Yahweh Shai. He might not see it, but the Lord see it. The Lord hear it. Even when you do your murmurs in your heart, no, help this boy, the Lord is hearing it. The same way how the Lord heard my prayer. Even when I just said it within myself, and he heard my prayer and he answered my prayer, it's the same way how the Lord is here, the murmurs that you do. You see, that's how come you have to always be mindful and always be charitable to your brothers. You see, because when you charitable to them, the most I can be charitable to you. You see, the next precept right under that, Psalms 34 and 18. Yahweh is nigh unto them that have a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yahweh delivered him out of them all. You see that? We go through things day by day to day. We go through all heap of manner of things, bro. From wicked people in the world, from demons trying to hop on us, trying to get to us, but when they can't get to us, they hop on our family members, they hop on our rib, they hop on our chin, all manner of different things that they try to do to get to us. But because we believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he delivered us out of them all. You see, the Lord always listening to the prayers of the righteous man. The angels are always there. They carry our prayers to the altar before the Lord. Sometimes they get answered just like that. And sometimes it takes a little time, but that's how come you have to exercise patience. You see? Let me get that book of James. That's my favorite book. James chapter 1. You see? It's James 1 and look here, verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. You see? Count it joy. Whatever trial you find yourself in, count it all joy when you find yourself in these diverse temptations. Verse 3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. You see that? If you impatient when your faith getting tried, you can forever be destroyed. You see, you have to be patient when your faith is being tried. Verse 4 says, but let patience have a perfect work, and ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. You don't get need for nothing, you don't get want for nothing, because the Most High can answer all your prayers. You see, the Most High can answer all your prayers. All you gotta do is have faith, trust the process. When people come up against you for this truth, count it all joy, bro. When they call you wicked and all that shit for this truth, count it all joy. Man, they call you how Shai Beelzebub. They call him a devil. So much more us. What you think they can say about us? Huh? You think they can say sweet words about us? No, man. It's a wicked world. In the wicked world, the wicked are called righteous, and the righteous are called wicked. You see, in a wicked world, the righteous are condemned. You see, and the wicked are justified because of why? Because they condone in the wickedness. You see, but again, in this wicked world, we have to constantly put up our prayers because the Most High always listening to deliver us out of these trials and these tribulations. You see, Second Thessalonians 3:3. But Yahweh is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. You see that? Even the Lord faithful in keeping us from evil. You see, the evil may come around, it can touch you here, touch you there, but at the last end he can keep you from it. He can deliver you from it. But you have to show that patience. You have to let patience have a perfect work. You see? But what happened today was a faith booster for me because the Lord heard my prayer right then and there. And just like that, he answered out of the most randomest of ways. A forklift. How often do you see a forklift on the back of a truck, especially in the community where we live in? That's real. You know, But I encourage you, I encourage you to keep the faith. I encourage you to pray for strength, endurance, and faith. I can leave you Akim with a prayer, right? This is a prayer for strength, endurance, and faith. And this is how you say that prayer. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, Babakusha, 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 Tapalathia, Shamai, Aita, Natan Laya, Kazak, Layakal, Wahaya, Ba'amawan, Babakusha, 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 Tawara, Tawab, Aman. As asking the Most High, to hear our prayer and give unto us strength to endure and be in faith. I'm a one. That means faith. You see? And in these times, you have to be faithful in Yahweh Shemi Awashai. And if you are faithful in Yahweh Shemi Awashai, he will be faithful to you. But with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Akakadash, Shalom, and Abad Babal. Shalom.